Hi folks, I'm the Bastard, and with me, even this time around, we have...
Crowley 9.
As usual, and now we are in this old goat's house, which is full of weird kind of traps for some reason, which are not really that much of, useful.
And it also appears to be floating in space for some reason.
This place actually looks quite cool. I really like the atmosphere in here.
Yeah. I kind of started wondering earlier when thinking about this place, since in early Ultimas it is established there is a dimension called the Ethereal Void, which kind of looks like space with stuff floating in it, and I started wondering if this place might be located inside it.
Might be. Well, at least that part is all located inside it.
Yeah. And here we have Mithran, the guy who lives here, and he's the guy whom the librarian directed us to.
Yes, and he also ordered himself a hoe. It's upstairs. Wearing black leather and, well, black farfar leather and an axe.
Yes, can't remember the axe. It's an important part of any sexual interaction.
Damn right it is.
Oh, we are going to talk with Mithran for a while. And he knows about quite a lot of stuff, and we'll talk and talk and talk.
Yes, actually, there are lots of things you have to talk about with certain people in order to trigger certain kind of events.
Yeah.
Which might be a little pain sometimes, especially if you're replaying this through. But, you know, in the first time around, it is quite interesting to read all the crap they are saying, unless you're an impatient person, like kids in these days, and want everything into some sort of a quest log, which this game certainly doesn't have.
And let's face it, this is a relatively little text if you compare it to the average BioWare RPG.
Yes, especially considering the older Ultima games, there are a crap load of more text. Actually, the Ultima 8 must be one of the shortest Ultima games of them all.
Yeah, I think so. It's also much more linear.
Well, kind of more linear.
Yeah, and this is also the first Ultima. Well, actually, I suppose the Ultima Underworlds would be before it, but for a change, the Avatar is speaking in complete sentences instead of just saying keywords.
Well, yeah, that too. Actually, I think it was used in 7 as well.
No, well, 7 was mostly keywords, but here and there were complete sentences, but those were pretty uncommon.
Oh, well, I haven't been focusing that much over that game. But I suppose it makes sense. And at least this time around, Avatar is actually talking. He ain't really that much of a mute person like he was before. Well,
and also by now in the conversation, Mithran tells us that in order to get out of this world, we should go and see each magician of the elemental lords or whatever.
And there's the hoe.
Answers.
Damn, she's
and here's
hot.
the chick.
Yes, she's hot. I do her.
Yeah, me too. And she doesn't really say why she is here when asked.
Yep. She doesn't really care for us. I suppose it's because of the helmet. She doesn't like strangers with the helmet.
Yeah, it must be hell on his hair.
Yes, actually I was wondering, you can fall down from that bridge, can you?
No, you can't actually. I'll test it out a bit later in this video.
Yeah. And there's a fish. Well, Leviathan or whatever that giant thing was.
Yeah.
Inside of a small fish pond.
Yeah, which for some we're actually above that whole trap-filled hallway, which for some reason that full of water is there, but doesn't overlap with the corridor below it. Yeah, and I'll save here because I got the idea of trying out if you can fall off here. You can't.
That's stupid. It would be cool if you could like fall down into that void and then you will be like floating in that space.
Mm.
Anyways, also from that old fart, or from here in general, we'll get that teleportation thing, which with we can teleport into different locations, just like those platforms down there, which started shining like hell. It will come in really handy, especially later on.
Certainly does, and he has that fancy shield on the wall, which we are going to leave alone. Oh yes, and before we leave, we should loot his backpack here.
For it knife, glowing knife.
Yeah.
Every people should have a glowing knife.
And there I failed trying to pick up the coins. Somehow it goes through the pouch graphics and ends up on the wall there.
Do you also feel like that when you're doing your shopping?
No, I don't. I never had my shopping fall through my shopping cart when trying to put it in there.
Well, it will be the first time to happen.
Yeah.
And now we are, well, pretty much going to explore more mushrooms and this fabulous place. There are some old ruins and explosive chests.
Yeah, and also you may have noticed when leaving his house we didn't have to go through the traps again. If you go through the front door again, you'll immediately be taking to the main building and you won't have to go through the traps again.
Yes, because you got past them already. I don't know what's the point in that. Perhaps the makers of this game thought it was too hard to backtrack, so they decided that nah, it's too hard for this generation people, so we will make him just do once.
Yeah, I don't know. I would think, well, sort of in universe explanation that Mitran wants to just make sure that people who come to see him actually want to go through some effort.
Yes, and get out alive.
Mm.
I mean, those traps, they were certainly deadly.
Yeah. Before we leave this, what was this place called, the plateau, we'll go climb up this little hill and go see what's in that chest up on the top.
Yeah, on the top of the hill there's skeletons. I think there's a ghost.
Yeah.
There's a ghost and he blasts half of our health away.
Yeah,
and you are smacking corpses.
Yeah.
And you will die soon. A horrible death.
Yep. But oh, and it got the healing potion, which helps. And now I am the king of the hill.
Yes, you're king of the hill, and what did you gain out of it? Nothing, except two flasks, explosive flasks, which are totally useless in this game. You know, it's quite funny. When you kill an enemy, you can actually leave his corpse right down there and put those flasks on if it appears to have some. For an example, in Skeleton's case, every time you kill it, it has different stuff. And usually it mostly has flasks. And when you put those flasks on and that skeleton raises up, it will explode funnily. And it's really funny.
Yeah. I don't at least remember having tried out that recently. And there we drank a blue potion with